the sun on my neck, a scarf of natural warmth seeping into my pale skin and turning it gold. A childhood in the sun, where trees were castles and you were told that fairies lived between the blades of grass, playing until sunlight turned to street light and Mum's voice from the window called us back to reality. Home for chicken nuggets and chips, baked beans and a dish on the side. I remember the ring of school bell, the clattering of chairs and tables as girls wearing too much eyeshadow and boys drenched in aftershave gained freedom for the first time since 9 a.m. Plans to go bowling with the guy who made math class bearable. Your lips tingled at the thought of his kiss. I remember that night, the night. Math class guy now long gone, you had a new prince now. And it's time. His hands in your hair, breath on your neck, losing something never felt like gaining so much. Perfection. Your mind wanders years ahead to a wedding, and children, and buying sheets together. You're a woman now. And that should be the end of it. But nostalgia lies. The sun wasn't the protective blanket you felt it was. It burned you. Your skin stung for days along with your mother's words as she yelled, "How could you be so childish?" to a child. And a tree might have been a castle, but have you ever fallen out of a castle window and broken your arm? Because when you return and the fairies have gone, you'll never feel so alone. It's just a field now. And before the bell rang, you were confined by the pressure to be like them all. They may have worn too much makeup, but you didn't wear enough, and people laughed behind your back. And the guy from math was just a distraction from the numbers and figures that never made sense, from the graphs and the angles, from addition, subtraction, and the euphoria at the ring of the bell you remember, but you felt relief for a reason you've chosen to diminish. And that night, his hands all over you, accompanied by the realization that you haven't shaved your legs and you have no idea what you're doing. Is it just me or is this pretty awkward? It hurt, not that he thought to ask. And the wedding fantasies were true enough because you needed to inject some romance into an otherwise uncomfortable and messy affair. Needless to say, you didn't get married. And maybe in a few years' time, I'll look at today through those same rose-tinted glasses and see me, 20. A smile on my face, headphones in my ears, a work of fiction my mind created to survive. Little girls are scared of monsters under the bed, too afraid to turn out the light, eyes hyper-aware of every shadow, poisoned with dread, lying rigid, centre of the bed for fear of hands clambering for loose limbs from below, wishing childhood away. Grown-ups don't get scared. Mummy says there's nothing there. Then little girls grow up, and the monster's in their bed. The lights go off every time, escaping the look of disgust in his eyes as they assault every stretch mark, every unwanted roll of flesh, imperfections you'd never noticed before. When it's over, on the edge of the bed you lie, far away from his snoring carcass, the hands you don't trust to sleep beside. A few years on, and the monster's in your head. Lights on or off, it doesn't matter. There's no escape from every demon you've ever known multiplied, morbidly grotesque, bursting through your mind, and you pace through the night, feeling like a child, once again afraid of the monsters that others don't see. Mummy says there's nothing there. Thank you. The circle of creative life. I yearn to balance the spirit level between my inspirations and I, to see that bubble in perfect balance, as they did before me and their inspirations before them and before and before. A never-ending cycle of striving for idealized perfection. Being told that you're the brightest kid in your school and that your intelligence is miles above your classmates, and that's good, it's good to be clever, is all well and good until you move schools and suddenly you're average and no one ever told you that average was good. Feeling that someone is more qualified for your dreams, that they deserve them more, is suicide. I want to write novels and sing ballads and change the world and love you more than any of that. But there will always be someone with the prettiest story, song, face, heart. When did I go from believing in fairies to not even believing in myself? When did I begin to compare the incomparable lives of creation and believe my value was lessened by what I produce? When did I give up my dream of being an inspiration to someone else to keep the cycle going? The expectations set mean nothing because, forgetting quality and standards, nobody can produce your work. Van Gogh didn't owe the world his paintings, he owed them to himself, and lust for approval struck him down. Create for you. Create because you're lucky enough to do so, and not because you're striving to match another person who thinks they're not good enough either. Because maybe you were told you could conquer the world, but what you weren't told is that you